Yeah.
Let's see what you got for us.
Yeah.
FX Pro.
Yes.
Yeah,
FX
that's like
Pro era.
Ashley Young, Nigel Rio, Coca era type thing. I know you
Yep.
got the FX taken out, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. There you go. Got
Yeah,
the little check on the side there. It was quite nice.
yeah, that's quite
Um,
good. Any name on the back?
no name on the back for this one. No.
That's cool.
This is actually Gerard Houllier.
Oh,
This
is
is
it the
Aston
Houllier one?
Villa. Yeah.
If it's
So
Houllier, then it's probably 2011.
yeah, 2010, 11,
Great.
2010,
So it's
2011.
2010, 2011. So it wasn't 08, 09. So 2010,
No,
11 was when you were kind of, like you said, you had Gerard Houllier as manager and
I
Martin
believe,
O'Neill
yeah.
had left, I believe.
If I remember correctly, I don't think we did as well as we had done previously. So I think we'd finished sixth for 3 years in a row.
Mm.
And then this season, we finished quite a bit lower than that.
Yes. That was kind of a season where a lot of your main players wanted to leave. Like you saw likes of
Yeah,
Downing, Milner, like
yeah,
Bonglaho, Ashley Young. And that was the season before Young went to Man United, the season before Milner went to Man City, and the season before
yeah,
Downing went to Liverpool as well. So you lost a big core in your midfield at the time as well.
yeah,
But even if it was just like the color coordination that you've got on there, the night tick as well, the Aston Villa badge, it still looks great. Design wise, I quite like it. The players that you had at the time, again, you're still fighting
yeah,
to break into that top four at the same time, which is quite good. But
yeah.
personally, for you, who are your kind of favorite players at the time in that 2010-11 season for you?
I've got to give it up to Darren Bent. He was
Darren Bent.
a proper striker that we'd been missing at the time. So that was him coming in. It was just like, even though the season didn't go as well as we'd wanted, it was like, having that sort of, clever striker that was just always likely to get, give him a chance, he's going to score. Like, that was nice to see. And then, Ashley Young obviously was sort of in his prime at that point. So yeah, probably those two would be the players that I remember most at that period. Yeah.
Because that was also when I'll start with Ashley Young actually, but with Ashley Young, that was kind of when he was coming into the prime, like you said, which is brilliant, and that's when he was kind of breaking through into the England team, and we hadn't really seen that under Fabio Capello when you get players outside of the top 5, top 6 coming into not just the starting 11, not just the squad, but to the starting 11 as well, and that's like in Euro 2012, the season afterwards. That's kind of when he was actually like one of our main players in Euro 2012. We didn't do well, but he was still there every other game, which was one of those things. And there's one more player I have to mention before we finish, and that's Stilian Petrov. And that was around the time when he was diagnosed with, I think it was leukemia. I'm probably wrong, but he was diagnosed with cancer at the time. And the fact that Aston Villa fans throughout the end of 2011 and the beginning of 2011, 2012, I remember from my college days, they were consistently applauding at Villa Park, and people were like, okay, you've done it more than once, you can stop. But Aston Villa just kept it going as long as possible. And that's what I love about your fan base, the fact that even though he was just another player for you, I think he was captain at the time as well.
He was captain at the time,
yeah. The fact that they still chant his name now, Stilian Petrov, and they still care for him, and he was suffering with that horrible disease. The fact that Aston Villa just backed him completely, I love it completely. But if you could name me one of your couple favorite memories of Stilian Petrov, that would be fantastic as well.
There was a goal, I can't remember who it was against. I think it was.
Was it the halfway line one against Derby?
The halfway line goal, yeah. Also, I don't know if it was his debut. He came from Celtic. I think it was Petrov. When he first came, he was like sort of like this silky skilled midfielder, like attack midfielder kind of, and then he kind of changed into this sort of more defensive midfield player as the seasons went on. But I remember sort of seeing flashes of that player that he was when he came from Celtic in some of the early games where really skillful and quick passing and that kind of stuff. And it's a shame we didn't get to see more of that, but the sort of defensive side of him, he had some great performances for Villa, switching into that mode as well. So yeah, he was a good player for us, and obviously everything that happened afterwards was, it's good to see him come through that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just one of those things where you've got Gareth Barry at his prime as well. You had Nigel Rio-Coker in the midfield as well, and Petrov.
Yeah.
And you would have thought Petrov would have been like the attacking of the midfielders, but Martin O'Neill didn't play that way, and Houllier didn't play that way for Aston Villa because they wanted to keep it a bit more secure, and you could break on the counter with Young, Downing, Milner, Agbonga going forward. So Petrov had to kind of just play the role in the team, and I think that's kind of how when Gareth Barry left, he became the captain for Aston Villa as well.
100%. Yeah. I think he kind of filled that Barry role afterwards. Yeah.
What would you rate that kit out of 10 for yourself?
I'm gonna go a bit lower than the previous one. I'd probably give it probably a 7 out of 10. Comfort wise, it was really a comfortable kit. Very stretchy material, so it was nice playing, like getting a little 5-a-side in with something like this on. I like the darker claret, if I'm being honest. So I think I did like this color because I thought it was slightly on the darker side of the normal claret you'd see.
Yeah, that's what I like about your claret and bruise, and not just you, but West Ham as well. Not so much Burnley, but the fact that you have a really good contrast in the claret and the blue, so it actually sticks out when you're watching them on the pitch or in the stadium or whatever. But I quite like that as well. For me, I'd give that a 4, but it's just the fact that it's just, like you said, comfortable, easy to play football in, and that's the main thing really. But nicely done. So that was our review of the Aston Villa 2010-2011 kits. If we're wrong, we're going to look stupid, and I'll just edit this out and post, but it's fine. But I'm going to go with you on that one, Carl. 2010-2011 Aston Villa. Nicely done.